Can severance agreements waive your right to sue for discrimination? Breaking news in labor and employment law? A question many employees are asking. Can severance agreements really waive your right to sue for discrimination? This topic has gained attention recently, especially as companies navigate layoffs and restructuring. If you are an employee facing a severance agreement, understanding your rights is essential. Severance agreements often contain clauses that releases employers from future claims. This can include waiving the right to sue for discrimination. But how does this work? First, for a waiver to be valid, it must be knowing and voluntary. This means you need to fully understand what rights you are giving up. You should agree to the waiver without any pressure or coercion from your employer. Employers typically include specific language in these agreements. This language clearly states that you are waiving claims related to discrimination or other employment disputes. It is important to read this language carefully. Federal laws, such as the Age Discrimination in Employment Act, have specific requirements for waivers related to age discrimination. For instance, the waiver must be in writing and refer specifically to age discrimination claims. Additionally, there are rules regarding the time you have to consider the waiver and a revocation period after signing. While these rules focus on age discrimination, other claims under statutes like Title VII or the Americans with Disabilities Act may also be waived if the agreement is clear and voluntary. However, not all claims can be waived. Employees cannot waive their right to file charges with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission or similar agencies. While you might waive the right to sue in court, you still retain the ability to report discrimination to these agencies. Furthermore, any claims that arise after the agreement is signed cannot be waived. Courts often review severance agreements to ensure they are fair. If a waiver appears to be unfair, signed under pressure, or lacks proper consideration, it may be invalidated. Courts may also reject waivers that try to bar claims for violations that public policy protects. In summary, severance agreements can waive your right to sue for discrimination if the waiver is clear and voluntary. However, some rights remain as protected, such as the ability to file charges with appropriate agencies. Always review severance agreements carefully and consider seeking legal advice before signing to understand the implications of any waiver provisions.